What's good, party people? It's your boy Tim, back at it again with another vid. Today, you feel me? Uh, we got us a little, or another little lesson plan, significantly shorter than the other ones. But yeah, so some a little shorter than the other ones. Yeah, so I know look a little different. You feel me? Um, Literally on, I think it was Monday, fooled around and made the decision to get some, cornrows, braided up. You feel me? This was literally the most impulsive decision I ever made in my life, bro. Like, Sunday, Sunday pulled up. You feel me? Um, and I don't know. I was just chilling there. My brother was like, "Hey, yo, do you want to get your hair braided?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Bro, do you want to get your hair braided?" And then and there, I was like, "You know what? Might as well." You feel me? Just experiment. Experiment type of vibe. You feel me? Uh, just wanted to show y'all. Just wanted to show y'all real quick because I don't know. Oh, it's fogging up. Just wanted to show y'all real quick. Just in case I decide to take them out today or tonight. I'm gonna try to hold on to these till Sunday, but this the Sunday that's pulling up, and then but yeah, I might take them out tonight. I don't know, but yeah, experiment like I said. You feel me? Just seeing all these different types of hairstyles to pull off, and plus yeah, had the afro for the longest. Forgive me, y'all. I'm a little under the weather. Uh, you know, we in that season where allergies get a little bad. You feel me? So yeah, just bear with me. Try to speak up as loud as possible because my mic is charging right now. But yeah. So let's go ahead. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Um, yep, I noticed it now, so I'm gonna try not to say it. Yeah. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share it with all your people so we can all have a good time. And let's go ahead and get started. You feel me? And I said it again, Jesus. But yeah. So this is the story of Noah. And for those of y'all who don't know who Noah is, basically he's one of, or not one of, but you know, if you ever been in the book of Genesis in the Bible, that was one of the. Let me think. Well, one of the first stories. Yeah, I was finna say that's not the first. Yeah, so I had to think, but one of the first stories, right? Um, and this story was significant because, uh, because it showed. Well, first off, it shows. Well, dang, it's a story in, or it's a lesson in obedience. I should say it's a lesson in, whatever your calling is, whatever your calling is in life. You feel me? And what I mean, so we'll go through the verses first, and then I'll go ahead and get you. Feel me? So yeah, got Genesis. Wait, chapter 6, verse. Chapter 6, verse. Oh, okay, so we got Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. You feel me? Uh, yeah. So, starting from 6, the Lord regretted that he had made human beings on earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. 7, so the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth and the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground. For I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 9. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence. Because of them, I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood, make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits. Uh, for those of y'all who don't know what a cubit is, it's basically the distance between your elbow, like the back of your elbow, and the tip of your middle finger. So a little over a foot, basically. Uh, so 50 of them for, wait, this is how you build it. The ark is to be, oh no, 300. So the ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof. Oh, I think I'm reading too far. Oh no, we'll keep going. Yeah, inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the earth. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I am going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it, everything on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark. You and your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and stored away as food for you and for them. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. So the significance I see in this story, right? Obviously, Noah, the significance I see from this story, right, is, kind of like it's kind of like a reap what you sow type vibe, you feel me? And like a lesson in obedience, you feel me? Which is crazy. It's significant to me because for the longest time I couldn't make up a lesson for this specific story, because I was thinking like what was the significance of it, and me being older now, and looking through it, looking through the verses, and of course, continuing to know about the story, you feel me? I was like, now at my age, you feel me, I'm like, okay, yeah, now, I'm kind of coming up, and coming up with the, with a with the clear vision of how it's, set up. So yeah, so the significance I see behind this story is, first off, your obedience to God. Secondly, kind of like a reap what you sow type vibe. What I mean by that is, I probably should have read some more, but we move. So yeah, so God ended up telling Noah, yo, you feel me? Oh yeah, so I remember now. So God ended up telling Noah, yo, I'm about to flood this whole thing, you feel me? Go ahead and build you an ark, you feel me, for your family, and bring in 2 of every animal, whether it's in the sky, or creatures, and everything like that, because it's going to be a flood, you feel me? And the reason why it was going to be a flood was because at that time, well, no, not even at that time, because even now, kind of corrupt, not even kind of corrupt, or all around the world, you feel me? But it was basically on the same type of timing, you feel me? Stop. It was corrupt, you feel me, back then, people giving in to sin, different type. I think one of the verses I think before that was saying the sons of God, which is basically like some of the angels came down and was having children with human women, you feel me? Things like what was it, Nephilim, giants basically, and everything popping up because of the fact that these fallen angels, and then human women were, yeah. So it was so corrupt that God was like, nah, King, I gotta regulate this. You feel me? And so, but he saw that Noah was a righteous man. So first off, so the lesson I see, right, is kind of like, if you get like a clear vision, right, or not even just a clear vision, if God points you in a way, definitely take it. Because in this sense, or in this story, if oh yeah, so let me rephrase. So yeah, if there is a calling on your life, right, if God is sending you a certain way, so that you could uh uh um how can I say this, so for your calling, for your calling, right, or preparing you for that, you want, you don't want to delay. You don't want to say, well, let me do this, let me do that. Nah, you want to go ahead and step in and there, right? And here's why I say that. Because in this story, let's just say, what if Noah were to delay, I don't know, maybe a week before starting to build, this ark. He could have been one of them ones in that flood. You feel me? And the fact, and it wasn't just him that he had to put on the boat. It was him, his family, uh, his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, his wife, his sons' wives. Then you got all the animals, you feel me? And then food. So if you would have waited like a week or anything like that, or delayed, and it could have been him and his family, So yeah, it's kind of like, whenever God puts a calling on your life, whether you're supposed to sing, whether you're supposed to preach, whether you're supposed to evangelize, whether you're supposed to be like a usher, or be in the pulpit, like, or be a deacon, or any other type of ministry in the church, wherever that may be, or whatever that might be, you feel me? It's a calling on your life, and it's best not to delay. And it could be a different, situation. It don't have to be just, fooling around and God regulate flood, everything like that. Like, nah. But this story is significant because it kind of teaches us to be, first off, to be obedient, but then also not to delay or ultimately try to stop the calling, or just any like or just any I guess thing or way that God is trying to uh, send us to. You feel me? Um, yeah, so yeah. So in this story, you feel me? God is telling them, yo, I'm about to flood this, about to flood everything. I'm about to regulate everything, whole earth is corrupt, but I'm choosing you. You a righteous man. You obey me. You feel me? You do all these things. You feel me? And so I want you, your family, and all the animals and everything like that, creatures, everything. And then once it get to a certain point, it's gonna be raining. It's gonna be water coming up from the ground and everything like that. And then, yeah, you know what I mean? So long story short, the flood ended up pulling up after he get done. You feel me? Matter of fact, why am I just keep going? Okay, so this is chapter 6. Let's just go to some. All right, I'm gonna just keep reading, and then you know what I mean. So that the Lord then said to Noah, "Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation." He found them righteous. You feel me? In this generation, take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal. Wait. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face, of the earth every living creature I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood waters came on the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days, the flood waters came on the earth. So imagine, you feel me, bruh. So imagine if he would have delayed, is what I'm saying. If he would have delayed, if he would have been like, or if God is sending, basically it's like, if God is sending you one way, right, and you like, okay, bet, I'm going, I'm going to do that, right? But let me do this real quick. But let me, give an example. Like if God is trying to, or really I could do it like this, right? So like if God is calling you to, if God is calling you to preach, let's just say to preach, right? If God is calling you to preach, but the way your mind and your body feel, you don't want to give up, your old lifestyle, you clubbing on a regular basis, you drinking, smoking, all of that, worldly stuff, you basically delaying, or you're evading the calling on, God's life. I'm trying to see where I'm going. Oh, so yeah. So if Noah would have delayed, he would have been one of the ones that was in the actual, drowning and everything like that. You feel me? You would have been swimming with everybody else. But that's crazy. But anyways, so yeah, that was the significance of that story to me. You feel me? Or the lesson in that story, I guess I could say. You feel me? Don't evade, don't duck. God's calling in your life. Whatever calling God has in your life, whether it's to preach, whether it's to sing, whether it's to, usher, be a deacon, or any other ministry in the church. Feel me? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, trying to think, I think that was everything else. So bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, try to get a little bit better. Like I said, I'm under the weather right now. Debating on whether or not I'm gonna take these rolls out tonight. I'm gonna try to hold on till Sunday, or I've been trying to hold out till Sunday, but bruh, you feel me? Scalp tweaking right now. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So no, I think I'm gonna hold out till Sunday. But anyways, yeah. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? And then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this. Once again, well, it's rain clouds outside, but it's not raining. It's been raining most of the week, like nonstop. I'm telling you, bro, this season crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this day. You feel me? Y'all make sure y'all do too. Peace.